We have a long history with the Yabu Pushelberg. They did our first New York showroom, they did our first Chicago showroom. Etta's an interesting product because it's about lounge, but lounge in this world is very different now. Lounge is more working than one would think. It can be relaxed, it can be detailed, it can be luxurious, but it has to be really functional. The ethos of the collection starts with an 18-inch seat height. If you're really deep and low, you're kind of feeling a little out of sorts as opposed to in a work position. But that doesn't mean it can't be super comfortable. We built the comfort into it, but it gives the product a much more breadth because that perfect sofa can now move into healthcare. And so function with form really kind of comes together in terms of solutions.
You know, bed in Italian means the elevation, but just that little bit of elevation, it offsets the raised height and it looks like a relaxed, loungy height that one would associate ergonomically with lounge chair versus tax chair or dining height chairs. You can see the profile is a little bit softer, friendlier, approachable, but it's the right ergonomics for working. You know, if you're at the tablet, everything is there, but you would never know that this is for offices, a corporate reception area or WeWork or a waiting area in a hospital. Hotels are now our social centers, so I can just be sitting here and talking to a stranger. You know, if you're sitting here, I can do this. So all these functions were intentional for that crossover. I've been around the block a few times and I travel a lot, and one of the inspirations of that was airline lounges. So when you look at that, it's better to have sense of privacy, but still community right next to it. The amount of upholstery gives a little sense of privacy, and obviously you can see by the gorgeous richness of the texture of the fabric in this model. Sound is a really important thing.
Our connection this time, we talk about them bringing hospitality into this new conversation. I think a little bit of kismet. I think timing does come up. There was a reason why we connected at this particular moment in time. And I think that where we were going with this product, we needed a different perspective. Like there's certain elements of this design that require very, very specific solutions in order to hold an edge, in order to have that detail really ride beautifully down the outside of the seam, right down the outside of a chair. They pushed us and pushed our sensibilities around function and solution. The two approaches that come together end up creating this beautiful collection.